Illinois stands alone as the only state that does not allow people to carry concealed weapons. We are proud to stand as an example for the rest of the nation. We are here to affirm our determination to reduce the threat of guns in our public life. This coalition was formed to remind the Illinois legislature that the majority of people in Illinois want to maintain the present law, which does not allow people to carry concealed weapons. This coalition consists of individuals and institutions who have worked for years for the safety of the people of Illinois. We will not allow the gun industry lobby to pressure the legislature of Illinois to pass laws that the people do not support. This coalition has looked at the experience of other states which do allow people to carry concealed weapons. And based upon that experience, we are convinced that the more guns that there are in our churches, in our schools, in our playlots, on the streets, in movie theaters and shopping malls, the more guns there are in these and other public places, the more shootings and injuries and deaths there will be. And this is not what we want for Illinois.
Thank you, Lee. Again, my name is Reverend Dr. Norris Jackson, and I'm here today because I oppose the new laws that we have coming forth. I oppose anything that would turn our urban communities into the next arms race, and I hope that you will stand with us in opposition. Thank you.
We stand here today on the eve of the veto session in the General Assembly, and there are 36 lame duck members of that General Assembly. While we don't expect that the concealed carry bill will come up, it may, because there'll be a lot of horse trading going on in the final days of this old General Assembly. And we need to remind those who have stood with us that they need to stay fast with us and make sure that we oppose concealed carry. No one can tell me, as a county commissioner who sees the amount of cost of the violence we have with guns in this community, at our hospital, at our medical examiner's office, and in our court system, that putting more guns on the street is what we need, and putting them in concealed compartments is what we need. We don't need more guns. We need to have more peace in our communities. We need to make sure that Illinois leads this nation by saying concealed carry is not the right thing. Thank you.
Monday mornings are usually pretty sad because we pick up the papers and we see the headline of the 3 or 4 murdered, the 15 or 17 shot, and read the details about what happened in the city of Chicago and in our region. Today's coalition, as you can see, is deep and wide of religious leaders, legislators, activists, and interested parties that basically want to say to the legislature that Illinois is proud to prohibit concealed weapons in schools, in shopping centers, in playgrounds. I can't fathom the idea of going to the mall and just thinking that under that coat over there or in that purse there might be a weapon. We cannot allow concealed carry to be the law of the land. And here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the numbers. It's about the numbers of pistols, of handguns, of weapons that can be concealed if Illinois goes the wrong way.
Again, my name is Mary Kay Mace. My daughter Ryan was the youngest of the 5 students murdered in the shooting at Northern Illinois University, going on about 5 years ago now. We all are painfully aware of what horrific tragedies can ensue when mentally ill people have no trouble legally purchasing guns. But being aware doesn't mean that we're doing everything possible to prevent these occurrences in the future. There are more than 1 million records of prohibited purchasers missing from the background check database. The FBI estimates that there are 120,000 records in Illinois alone missing from that database. Many of those are records of mentally ill persons. A recent audit of the FOID card system found that out of 102 counties in Illinois, only 3 regularly report those adjudicated as mentally ill to the Department of Health Services, which in turn is supposed to make those records available to the FBI. Worse yet, out of 130,000 licensed mental health practitioners in our state, only 83 have reported patients who pose a risk to themselves or others. That's appalling. But even more appalling would be to hand out carry concealed permits when we can't even reliably identify prohibited purchasers to deny their gun purchases. Thank you.
First of all, we have to address the issue in America with our love affair with guns, with those who have tried to make guns part of America's wardrobe, and folks like the NRA and others who work very hard to try to impose fear among so many people to think a gun is the only way to protect you. And now we have this proliferation of guns in America. We are living in a very violent society. We saw this last weekend, shopping rage. We've seen workforce rage. We've seen rage in the roads and cars and in accidents. Guns become the first line of defense if you have a gun on you. In a society that is so angry, in a society that is so eagerly to turn to weapons to harm one another, we do not need to put concealed weapons in the society and in our country, and especially in our state. I likely agree. Thank God Illinois can be an example and not be pressured into falling with the rest of the country. Just this weekend, a young man who came to me who had involved in a stabbing murder, he said to me that he was in a rage, he was angry, and all he did was grab the knife and he used the knife and stabbed the person, didn't even realize he was doing it at the time until afterwards. Again, if you have a weapon on you and you're angry, you'll use what you have on you. We don't need to arm an angry society and a violent society. Let's understand, those that are concerned about pushing for concealed carry, read the papers, look at the facts, look at the blood, and wake up and care about life more than money.